wait. Generally speaking, bulls differ from heifers because heifers have udders and bulls have a bag of testicles. And so, like to see, that one has the appendage and has an udder. So the appendage is not as much of an issue as the udders. And young calves that have never developed their udders, it's a little bit more. The key factor is I have studied the tail ends of most of these cows, and at my last determination there were 3 bulls. There was a baby bull, a middle-sized bull, and a big bull. And the deciding factor on each of them was not if they had this hairy appendage number 2, nor if I could see or didn't see an udder, but if I did or did not see the bag of 2 testicles. And we're very fortunate today that all of these little cow egrets are out, because they clean the they kind of clean the bugs off of the cows. They actually are native of the savannas of Africa, that lush area in Kenya, you know, where, you know, I think I think Homo sapiens and so many things happen, not in the jungle, but in the savannas. And these cow egrets, somehow, who lived out on the savannas with things like gazelles and zebras and I don't know what all, but at any rate, they like to be out there with those gazelles, because the gazelles kind of tromped up the ground and they drew bugs. And so, but I mean, if they tromped around, they dug up little worms and bugs, or if they had little flies on their backs. So the cow egrets, when they came to America and to Texas, which wasn't even a part of America when they came, they kind of like these cows, because the cows did the thing. I mean, they lived on the savanna of the plains, you know, and they have a lot of insects on them, and they break up a lot of insects. And so these cow egrets kind of like they live in a it's not a parasitic, I mean, it's trying to think of the word, it's a mutual, it's not mutually parasitic, but it's a mutuositic relationship where the cows benefit from them and they benefit from the cows, like that one over there. She's eating the grass, and those cow egrets are sitting right with her. So I'm going to go out and check them out here in just a minute. Yeah, we're hanging around, but oh, there's all these little blackbirds. And then most days they're either black vultures or turkey vultures. I think we have about 9 black vultures, and then sometimes we have as many as 18 turkey vultures. Now out there on the ground it looks like there's something dead, but I think that's just a little calf asleep, taking a nap. I mean, it's kind of nap time for the ones who work so hard, the babies and the mamas over here. Or that might be the bull. He works pretty hard too. I mean, sometimes they like to chew their cud, you know. But we got the little cow egrets. We got the little blackbirds. I will go show you some turkey vultures who are hoping this flood has flushed out some dead fish or something to eat, because they don't like to eat bugs off of cows, which I've seen them doing. Okay, now here are the vultures. I assume those are turkey vultures. I only see 4, but I mean, there's another 5 or 6 that are checking it around, checking it twice. But with this flooding, see, a lot of them are eating because water, not only does it flush out a lot of little baby rabbits and baby mice and things, but it also flushes out a lot of fish which die. And turkey vultures prefer what is called carrion, but they will, if very, very hungry, eat bugs, worms, things like that, or little flies on the back of a cow, or they will eat a little baby calf, you know, and a little newborn, you know, because, I mean, even with all of the cars we have in North Texas, we have more vultures than carrion, it seems like. Now, down this direction, what we have is the runoff from our flood. This has been some of the worst flooding weather that I've ever seen here. And personally, I've been down here while the flooding was going on at its worst because I have purchased these 2 cut-up lengths of oil pipe. I mean, this is some kind of big oil well pipe used. And as you can see, the natural drainage plane comes behind that tree, comes down the hill here, comes right along here, and then it's kind of normal flow pattern is to come right through here. And so here's 2 of the pieces, there's 4. They were kind of cut apart because they were easy to carry, even though it almost killed me to get them out of my truck. But at any rate, I've been out here with a shovel because I've been trying to kind of work over the drainage area, exactly where I'm going to put the pass. Running water is a lot better way to clear a path than using a shovel, which I've been doing today, in which I just ripped the bottom of my hand off using a shovel. So I'm because there's still a little going here, I'm going to go get can't use a shovel anymore since I beat my hand up so bad, but I am going to try to get a hoe here and keep this water working while it's still coming. Look at that. Man, it is really still. There's a little bit of flow here, so I'm going to get my hoe. So I'll come back here in a little while. Okay, well, all of this eating and drinking activity, but especially, oh hi, you're number 15 eating on a salt slick. Okay, I mean, what is really getting me all stirred up is all of this tail wagging stuff. I mean when you're eating, I guess, you know, a lot of us animals like to swing our tails around. This guy's swinging his tail around. Wait, let's look at the butt of this one. Why is he swinging his tail? He doesn't even have any bugs on it. Well, they're just fastidious. They don't even have any bugs. I mean, I've seen some cows and horses out here that have what are called horse flies, which are blood sucking animals. I mean, that's enough to cause you to swing your tail a little bit, but I don't even see any flies. I think there's probably no flies because they have about 1,000 of these birds out there. I mean, they have white birds, they have black birds, they have turkey vultures, and they have black vultures. I mean, seems like, I mean, I do have to admit that I'm drinking some, I am spraying a little bit of bug repellent on me for the mosquitoes, so maybe that's why they're flashing their tails and these birds are so active, because these birds are eating up all of the mosquitoes. Okay, we're going to go out and look at the problems with the hoe now. Over here is the pop-up, which I am still trying to troubleshoot whether the refrigerator will work. And I've tried numerous times to get the pilot lit, and I'm going to try one more time and give up. Now over here is where, if I remember right, this piece of goddamn shit was laying right out in the middle of the road here for some reason. I don't know why. And then as we were backing up the pop-up, we created these huge trenches, okay, because it was so wet, you know. And you can see the rock. You can see that in this area I've used my hoe to hoe it back in. You can see there's a couple of wasps there. These are not poisonous wasps, I don't think. They're not. I don't think they're mud daubers. I don't even think, but they're not. Whatever those two little guys are. But at any rate, I'm getting ready to get my hoe out and put that back in. Put that back in right there. And then I might get my farm jack and go out and work on this area right out here. Now, because North Texas has had more rain than it's ever had, you know, in the history of, you know, recorded time, and we're having a lot of flooding right now. Part of the problem is that I've got to use a shovel and a hoe quite a bit, and I'm going to use my hoe. I've been working on it. I mean, the shovel is what ripped the palm of my hand off in a blister, but because of my energetic work with shovels and hoes, there really ain't much left here. Now let's see, I may have already said this, but there's water's draining off. Here are, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now someone cut them all apart so that instead of weighing, you know, 900 pounds, you know, each piece would only weigh 200 or 300 pounds or something. And so it did almost give me a heart attack to get them out of the back of my pickup truck after paying $75 for them. But as we can see here, the water, I've created a wonderful trough without, I mean, I haven't worked real hard, honestly. I mean, this is why I'm so proud of myself, is that here comes the drainage down the hill. It's all coming right through here. Now the drainage kind of washes the dirt out, but the most important deal here is that I have a Verizon fiber optic cable, which if broken, you know, Verizon charges one, you know, in the range of $2,000 or more. And so it was very important to me that if I were going to bury these pieces of pipe, I did not break my Verizon line. And as I was working on it, very carefully scraping with a hoe, look what I found. I mean, this little handle device is actually something you use to find water pipes, you know, or sewer pipes underground. Because I was trying to find my 8-inch pipe up there too. But look what is being washed out, the little fiber optic line. And the water is running so fast. It's washing it all out. It looks pretty level. This area, after some of the highest rainfall this morning as well, over the last 4 days, is pretty much drained out. So I am very proud of my house and myself. So now we're going to go out and check out some cows. Okay, this is test number 13. Because Teresa Cooper wants me to do this dance thing for her, I've been checking out my camera, checking it out twice. You know, I have 3 Super Duty batteries made by Canon, which are very expensive, you know. And then I have this camera, which, you know, at one time was pretty expensive, but I didn't pay shit for it. But because it's about a 2007 variety, it doesn't work too good with the Windows 8.1, you know, Adobe Master Collection CS6 or anything, but so I'm just kind of testing it all out here and seeing if any of these 3 fucking batteries will last more than about 20 minutes, because I can't do any video work for poor Teresa unless I can get this fucking thing to work in terms of camera, battery. I mean, part of the reason I'm getting ready to turn it in is Walmart doesn't sell the tapes anymore. I went to the Denton Best Buy and they had some of the cheaper tapes, and I tried them and they weren't seeming to work. And then I was at the Best Buy in Frisco off El Dorado Parkway on the goddamn North Dallas Tollway, and they didn't sell the goddamn mini DVs. So what I'm saying is, and also Adobe Premiere Elements and Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now in this latest edition they don't support this 2007 technology, so I didn't pay much for it anyway, but I really am just kind of trying to check out this bull over here. Like, now what I do is I study I've already said you cannot look at appendages. Every animal doesn't necessarily have an udder, so I mean the best way to determine if you're walking up to a bull rather than a heifer is to walk very slowly and walk up his backside. And then when you're walking on the ground, you need to avoid walking on very liquid cow shit. But I just saw this bull out here, and I'm just going to go out and see. Wait. The thing I love about these cows, though, is that they are eating this, what is called bull thistle, which is, I mean, they've eaten about half of this, including the huge red flower off the top. And I think I remarked in an earlier video that I am so proud that these cows, I mean, look at the thorns on this thing. I mean, would you chew on one of those things and swallow it? It just is a big relief to me, but they're not working too hard on this one over here. And Barbara and I were just having a kind of a naturistic discourse on this thing, which I said is the mala mujer, which is Spanish for bad woman or witch. But she said, oh well, out on my pasture we have a lot of bull nettle. And old buddy said, yeah, I was walking through some of that bull nettle with my boots and my jeans, and it just tore me up. Well, it doesn't look like these bulls or heifers are eating any of this goddamn bull nettle, but they are eating the shit out of this bull thistle. Now, since we were talking, I got digressed a little bit, but I mean, this bull was right here when I started taping, but they're moving on out. I mean, they're just getting a little exercise. Well, I mean, they're really, I mean, these are pretty heavy animals. I mean, I weigh, you know, like 158 or something, but when you're talking about a 2,000 or 3,000 pound animal, you know, walking on the ground, their feet go in pretty far, you know. Now, in this area, we have our old, these are called, these are not fire ants. They are ants that can build some pretty big mounds, but they send scouts out to find some good forage, and I think they are called foraging ants. You know, they'll find some good forage, you know, and then they'll have a little ant trail that goes, you know, a couple of 100, 200, 300 feet or something. And so, okay, so now we're going to see. I am so pleased too that these animals, not only are they eating all of my bull thistles, I mean, they're eating all of these goddamn trees, you know. I mean, our main tree out here is a hackberry, mean, these guys that are so tall, look at him. He's eating that tree down. And that one is, I hope it's not eating that goddamn motherfucking Chinese privet, you know. If I could have some cows out here and up and down the road that would kill this Chinese privet, I would pay for it, you know. God, he is. He's eating, no, he's avoiding the Chinese privet and eating a little bit of it. That could be a bodark or horse apple or something, but anyway. Okay, well, we've got two more little things to see on this particular tour. We're going to find the bags of testicles on the, at least, wait, who's that? God, he looks like he's half longhorn. Okay, well, he doesn't have to worry about eating, but, oh, now these little two calves over here, I think they could be twins. But anyway, I'm trying to just use my scouting ability, my knowledge of cow anatomy, all of my savvy to see if there are any bulls out there, because generally speaking, calves and heifers do not charge and try to kill you, but if there's a bull and you're infringing on his space, he could just turn around and charge and kill you. So I thought I had that bull in sight, but I mean, like I say, there's a big bull, there's a medium-sized bull, and there's a small bull, and I kind of know what that bull looks like. This one over here kind of looks like him. I mean, this is a really big animal. Yep. Let me just see if I can zoom in, how well the zoom works. Yes. That is not an udder. That is the big bull. Now, he is not turning around to charge me. I mean, he's pretty happy given his particular situation here with having about, you know, 20 babies, you know, 30 wives, and a couple of what we call shorty boys. So he's pretty happy. I mean, he's not thinking me as a big threat or anything, but now he is eating these trees with this long leaves like that. I don't think that's could be a native elm. I'm not sure. Let's go up here and see. I mean, these guys are really up in the corner up here. Everybody's just hopping along here. I mean, kind of during dinner time, you know. This looks like a very suspicious animal. If I were a policeman, even though he's eating that bull thistle, he doesn't eat anything. But if I were a policeman, I think I would arrest that little dude. Now, these two little boys over here that are girls, I mean girls that are twins. Wait, there's just a medium-sized bull right here. Okay. That is the medium-sized bull. And this could be the baby bull. See, this is like about a 10-year-old. I mean, no, he's got his testosterone going, but and he's a son of his daddy. I mean, I don't diminish him. Although Buddy and Barb said this boy right here is getting ready to go to the goddamn auction within days and weeks and become, you know, some Kroger hamburger or something. And so this boy is out the door. I'm not sure that I've identified the baby bull, This little girl is asking, where's my mama? Where's my mama? So at any rate, I mean, we've identified a lot of them, but we do have a big crew out here, which is, they're eating these trees for one thing. I mean, these trees are, oh, there go all the birds. I've scared the birds off. Okay. Well, here's a little bit of pasture. I'm just checking out, you know, my 3 Canon brand triple duty batteries, which are each supposed to last for 3 fucking hours. And this is number 3. I mean, number 1 lasts for about 1.5 minutes. Number 2 lasted for 10 or 12 minutes. And this one, well, I'm up to 26 minutes now. So, I mean, if that, maybe this one will last as much as 22 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to pause out here, go look at some water, maybe eat something myself, and go for video number 3. 2 surviving sheep, black belly sheep, not Barbados sheep. 2 black belly rams, and this one is really not very keepable in terms of the breed because he has a white sock. Let's see if he lifts up his back foot and shows his little white sock. I mean, he's a goddamn pretty powerful ram in that, you know, out of about, I don't know, I can't remember, 18, 19, 23, 13, I really don't remember, but this man right here has survived some pretty hard predator attacks, but he's not really keepable because of that. I mean, he's not a, he can't be registered because he has that white sock. But if I did go out and grab him, wrestle him down, throw him in the back of my pickup truck tied up, and took him down to the Gainesville auction, he'd probably bring about, oh, 180, 225, something like that. Okay, this is test number 19.5 for this piece of shit camera, Canon HV30, which it was, you know, only sold in 2007, you know, and which I, you know, picked up in about 2013 for next to nothing. But it has been troubling for me because these 3 batteries that I bought, these Canon brand batteries, are pieces of shit. You know, I might have bought them 3 years ago, I don't know, but at any rate, I'm having problems with batteries, and that is what this particular test number 19.5 is about, is that I have this battery, I mean, I have 3 of them, and if I'm going to be filming Teresa's dance class, and I have 3 batteries, and one lasts for 1 minute, and one lasts for 18 minutes, how long does the 3rd battery last? So, this, we do have, we're under a warning for severe storms. I am trying to get this little walk done while it's still light and before a tornado comes, so I'm going to walk very quickly. This will be a quick test. Of course, we have these with this old well barn, which I wish that my family would cut all of the trees down around the well barn and burn them up. They're just shitty little hackberries that are going to break the barn down. But then we have, oh, well, that's a pretty nice little, well, that is a hackberry, but that is a, those are 2 beautiful pecans, which have only had their leaves really ripen out, that light green. I mean, do these trees have that light green? Does that one have the light green? No. So, that is only one indicator. Of course, you know, as we're trying to identify what is a hackberry. I mean, I have some of the goddamn biggest motherfucking hackberry trees that have ever grown up within 1,000 miles of this area. This is a pretty old motherfucking hackberry tree. So, you know, hackberries are by what's his name? Neil over there in Plainhole, the guy that does the juice. Well, he says these are just shit trees. Well, it is. It's a 110-year-old shit tree. But here is the Texas state tree. Now, in the state of Texas, when old Davy Crockett and Sam Houston came, they had to pick out the state tree, and they picked out this beautiful native pecan. And although there is a dead branch right there, and if I were, maybe you could get Chad Jensen out to fix that, but with the depth of moisture, pecans love low sloping land where there could be underwater, I mean, what's it called? I mean, water, close water. I mean, this is only 10, 20, 30 feet. So, I mean, I think this probably does have some, what's called groundwater, maybe. You know, low groundwater. Only, I mean, what all of the settlers, you know, south and southwest and west dug a well. But at any rate, these two native pecans do have a little different color to their leaves as opposed to, I mean, these are just all these shit hackberries, you know, shit hackberries. I mean, look at that lamb. You know, Joel was nice enough to, I mean, that was the source of one of our bonfires, but, you know, I only have an 18-inch chainsaw, and he wasn't strong enough to pick up some of those logs, even if he had cut them off, so he just gave up, which I think I agree. But this is a big piece of shit hackberry tree that is probably going to be dead within the next couple of years. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment. Now, wait, no. Here's another remarkable characteristic is that this little path, which I always thought was kind of an animal path where the cows walk down. No, I mean, this is the main area. No, right now, the main area, drainage area is right by that hackberry. That mainly because I've changed the course with my shovel and hoe today. But I mean, especially you can see that the drainage area goes right along here, and then it kind of moves over to this trough, which is a lot older and probably, I mean, maybe it's all, I don't really know. You know, I cannot tell you year by year history, but you can even hear it. It's like where I met Pam when my parents lived at the Walnut Hill and Central. I mean, we had the bustling stream. And we had the waterfall stream. I mean, we had, God, I mean, when I see that, I think this property just possibly went up in value a little bit. But at any rate, I mean, this is getting pretty messed up and muddy. So I think, well, no, I can hear some rippling waters, I think. I think there are some rippling waters. Yes, it is the Patter by Patter Creek, which unfortunately me and maybe Joel digging the post holes for these two, you know, 9 inchers and putting up cow panels, you know, bar. Unfortunately, all of our work has been for naught because fencemen who only maintain every 8 or 10 years, you know, find failures. And fortunately, I mean, up in Sanger, when they had their flood, there was I mean, I've seen several reports of ranchers who lost, I mean, with a fence down like this, you know, all of their sheep, all of their goats, all of their horses, all of their cows, all their pigs, you know, all disappeared. And fortunately, this is only my inner fence line, see. My outer fence line, I'm getting ready to investigate right now. Now, it is very rare that we see a lake right here, which is really just a low area in front of a dam. I mean, but this is a dam. It definitely is a fucking rippling brook. I mean, it has, I think there's some even rocks down there. So this is a rippling brook. Now, as it goes into the lake, now, these damn goats and cows, they used to be able to run across here, but